top scorer. Trophy is awarded to the player Toha Al-Madani of the team ISMAR. The player of the competition trophy is awarded to the player Sana Msudi of the team. Let's welcome to the podium the match officials of the final of the cup.
Welcome you on the show 360 Sport on Trust TV. I'm Adeni Aji Shafe. Good one out there. Looking at that particular clip of the CAF Women Champions League, it's a performance that TP Mazembe will ever live to remember, for the fact that they were able to win this for the first time in the history of that club. Right now, they are the champion of Africa when it comes to women club football, and congratulations to them for being able to scoop it against the favorite as far as Morocco. They fought hard, but they lost that game 1-0 against the team from Congo, TP Mazembe ladies, and now the champion of Africa women club football. Congrats to them once again, and we saw that particular clip. Well, for the Asphalt players, they really dominated the award ceremony. Well, you look at Msodi winning the player of the tournament, and also Adani winning the top goal scorer of the competition with 6 goals. And for the the best team of the tournament, we just have to look at well, for right now, as far they deserve it. But FC Massa won the FIFA, that's the Fair Play Award rather. And you look at TP Mazembe going home with $600,000 for being the winner of this competition. As far as Morocco actually went home with $400,000. Well, the team that came third, FC Masada, won the Fair Play Award, went home with $350,000. Well, our team came fourth. That's Edo Queens. They fought hard, but they lost on penalty shootout 4-3 on that particular day. A tough one there. CAF Women Champions League, TP Mazembe, Queens of African club football right now. Well, congrats to them for the fact that they were able to do this, and we just have to appreciate what they did so far in this competition. Well, for all the teams that participated, you just have to appreciate what they've done. TP Mazembe, they've done it. They've actually upstaged. They have upstaged the team from South Africa, Mamelodi Sundown ladies, who were formerly defending champions. So, as from yesterday, rather, on Saturday, they became the champion of African women football. Congrats to TP Mazembe. No one saw that coming. It was almost rolling towards as far house, but right now, it's the team from Congo that scooped that particular award. That's why we have to look at that first story where TP Mazembe are Queens of African club football for women. Right now, joining us to talk sport this hour, we have Joseph Peter from Kaduna. Joseph Peter, good to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, you seem not to be too happy for the fact that Edo Queens could not scoop this.
Yeah. You know, Edo Queens were good. What they achieved so far, I'm quite satisfied with it. Yes, of course, I would have wanted them to be the champions. I would have wanted them to be the ones who are celebrating in place of TP Mazembe. But then it happens, right? And this is their inaugural season. This is the first time they've gone there, and they have been able to, you know, play up to the position of the fourth, and then even come home with that huge amount of money, which is $300,000. Is still a lot of money, you know. So I'm happy for them, and congratulations to TP Mazembe for what they have been able to achieve.
Okay, well, seriously, congratulations to Edo Queens. Their first time in this competition, they came fourth. At least being able to scoop $300,000 is not bad too. And right now, we're talking about TP Mazembe being able to do it. I want to at least point something to you, Joe. You noticed that at the beginning of this competition, even though attention was actually on Asfara of Morocco, they had actually the host nation, and alas, it was TP Mazembe who scooped it. Immediately they were able to upstage us. They begin to get better, and they really did well in the competition.
Yeah, they did quite well in the competition. The fact that they are the home team, everybody's kind of pointing to them, to be the ones to actually win it. And for the fact that the Moroccan football has been growing lately, a lot of achievements happening, and then the commitments that they tend to show when it comes to all this competition, the fact that they are winning both in men's football and any other. All other facets when it comes to football in the continent, a lot of hands are being pointed to them. So that fact and the fact that they are the host alone, kind of make them favourites for them to win the competition. It's so unfortunate that they couldn't pull through at the end after conceding early. But you take away anything, you cannot take away anything from them. They are one of the best in African football right now.
Okay, big one there happening over there in Morocco, where this CAF Women Champion for this year's edition ended in favor of TP Mazembe as Farah coming second, and you have FC Masra of Egypt scored the third place, while our own team Edo Queens actually came fourth. That's an eye-opener for that team. Next time, I'm sure they will do better. Congrats to the entire team that participated. 8 clubs participated in this competition. Well, they fought hard, and it was TP Mazembe who scooped it. Congrats to them once again for the fact that CAF are deeming fit to allocate such amount of money after they've been trying to get sponsorship for this league, and yet they are yet to get one, and still they up the prize money of this competition. Well, good one. Congrats to all of them that participated, and hopefully it will get better when it comes to women football across Africa. Well, away from there, let's come back home and at least let's enjoy our own football. MPFL match day 13 across Nigeria. 9 matches were played, and we've seen a lot of shocking moments. The likes of Ikorodu United really still popping up. But before then, let's go on a break and see how Ikorodu United have been able to do well in fight. A lot of people are asking the question, what's the secret to Ikorodu United doing so well right now? Let's have it. Apologies for that. That's not actually Ikorodu United. Aqua United, I meant to say, against El Kanemi Warriors. You look at that game, a lot of Nigerians are coming out to watch games, and kudos to them for being able to go out there and watch all Nigerian Premier Football League games across Nigeria. Fantastic performance over the weekend. El Kanemi Warriors versus Aqua United. You look at Ikorodu United, they also did well. Ikorodu City, really, they've been able to show their class, been able to among the top right now. Before they started on a very bad note, but now they've picked up the pieces and they are really doing well. Let's look at the story we have. MPFL match day 13. Rivers United return to top as Insurance, Nasarawa, Lobi in relegation zone. Well, a tough one for Nasarawa, Lobi. They're really struggling. Plateau United also, although they've been able to go up a bit after defeating Nasarawa in that non-central derby that took place in Jos just over the weekend. Well, a lot of matches were played in the MPFA. You look at all these games that were played, and you just have to give kudos to all the players. It's not easy, but at least they've been fighting hard. That's a game that took place in Jos and also the one that took place in El Kanemi. A lot of games, 9 matches were played. Eyimba vs Sunshine Stars actually is on hold due to Eyimba's involvement in CAF Confederation against Al Masri. As we speak right now, they are out there getting ready for that match that will be coming up on Wednesday. But for the 9 matches that was played, quickly let's look at the result before Joseph will do justice to the remaining parts of the story. Let's look at the result of matches played in the MPFL. Well, all the results of the games played in the MPFL quickly. Well, as we talk about that, we know that a lot of matches were played, and we know that at least 9 out of those games actually came to limelight. Looking at that result there, well, for the teams that participated, 2-2 between Lobi Stars and Kano Pillars. It ended 2-2 there. What if a big fight in Lafia Stadium, where the two teams actually lock arms. Ikorodu City versus Niger Tornadoes ended goalless. Plateau United defeated Nasarawa United 2-0. Rivers United defeated Abia Warriors. Now that has given them the chance to actually top the table. Shooting Stars of Ibadan pipped Bayelsa United by a lone goal, and you have Atlant versus Enugu Rangers. The Battle of the Oriental Boys ended 0-0 over there in Atlant, that's Owerri. And you have Bende Insurance 3-1 defeating Kwara United 3-1 in that encounter. And you saw the clip earlier where El Kanemi were able to score that goal, making it 1-0 against Akwa United. Those are the games played on the weekend for match day 13 in the MPFL. And right now, going towards how the table is, you agree with me that Rivers United are really show class by being able to upstick Raymond Stars, and they are back to the top of the table with extra 2 points ahead of Raymond Stars, who actually could not salvage a win over the weekend. Well, good one for Rivers United, back to the top, and you have El Kanemi Warriors surprisingly being able to hold their own among the top teams in the Nigerian Premier Football League match day 13. Enugu Rangers standing 5th. You have Eyimba, despite having a game in hand to play, they are still standing 4th there. That shows they have a very strong outing in the games they've played so far. Kano Pillars, 6th on the log with 19 points. Ikorodu City, Niger Tornadoes, Shooting Stars of Ibadan, and Kwara United having 18, and then you have 17 for Kwara United after they lost that game against Bayelsa. And now flipping into the backside of the table, you have Atlant, Katsina United, Sunshine Stars. Plateau United have been able to at least move up from the relegation zone after winning that game against Nasarawa United with 15, a -1 dangling on their neck. Abia Warriors -5 on the goal difference. Bayelsa United -6, Lobi Stars -5. You have Akwa United -3, Bende Insurance -4, and Nasarawa United -6 on goal difference, playing 13 games, and they have 12 points. Well, the big guys are down here. Akwa United, Bende Insurance, Nasarawa United, Lobi Stars, Bayelsa United. But if from 17 to 20, Joseph, what is happening? MPFL is getting more competitive. If you want to look at the history of MPFL, you will not believe that teams like Bende Insurance, Nasarawa United, Akwa United, Lobi Stars, your darling team, they are suffering at the bottom of the table from 17 to 20.
You know, the MPFL is so funny this year because, the lineup is almost as if the big boys just lined up themselves at the rock bottom of relegation, But I'm kind of, positive about Lobi Stars. They were rooted at the bottom of the league at one time, but now at least they are coming up, they are trying to get out of relegation, and they can pull, a couple of wins together. They should be able to live there, even though, the position where they are is not what should be spoken about concerning Lobi United, seeing how far they come in the NPFL. But then this is football. This is the beauty of football, Going into the season, you think Lobi would be at the top. You think maybe Akwa United would also be competing. Bende Insurance is there. National United would be somewhere in between the top and the mid-table. But then absolutely the opposite goes on and happens, because this is why football is kind of, one of the best games, we love. So, I'm not exactly, not expectant when it comes to Lobi United. I believe Lobi Stars rather will leave, will go up the log, they will climb up the log. However, clubs like Manchester United being rock bottom and being on 12 points and not winning games, I don't know what's happening there at their camp, but this is so surprising and shocking. But let me just pay more attention to the positives of the league. And one of the main positives for me this year is El Kanemi Warriors. El Kanemi did quite well last season in the Pro League, qualified to the Premier League, even competed in the in intercontinental competitions. Now, nobody was expecting them to be among the top 3 in the Premier League. However, they have been able to achieve it, and not just achieve it, they've kept themselves there, and they are also, you could say, competing for the league. And the way they are putting, wins together, going away and getting draws, and it's just so beautiful to see, because this is not the contemporary, El Kanemi Warriors of those years that we know. We always know them to be the one at the position where Lobi Stars and Bendel Insurance are. We always know that El Kanemi is always fighting for relegation whenever they are up here in the Nigerian Premier League. But it is not so. They have completely turned it around, and they are among the top. And they are not just being among the top, but they are staying there, because when you look at matches that they are supposed to lose, they go and they get draws away from home. So I'm so happy for them, and hopefully this lasts long. And another thing I love to talk about also is Ikorodu United. Ikorodu United sacked their coach. They started the season hopefully sacked their coach, and the interim coach has taken them this far, and they have been striding and going on, and it's a good.
Well, we're still hoping that Joseph Peter will be back. Let's talking about the MPFL. Really fantastic performance from teams like El Kanemi. No one ever actually expect that to come from them, but they've really been able to hold their own this season, and kudos to El Kanemi. And he was talking about Ikorodu City, and they really shocked everyone after the sack of their former coach. The new coach has been able to turn things around, and people are asking the question, who caught this so for them?
This is not a matter of cutting soap. Nigerians will always ask this kind of funny questions. But I think it's just, a change of energy, change of momentum. Energy matters a lot. The energy in the dressing room, it's kind of very different now. This new interim coach has called back some players that were dropped by the previous coach, and they have kind of united themselves, and somehow they are putting out results that nobody is expecting from them. Like the last result, they went away and got a draw. So it's not really easy for all these kinds of achievement, if not for positivity when it comes to the energy that is in a team. It's very, very important. So for me, I don't think he did a lot. I think he just thought, okay, let me be fair with the players. Let me play the players that have contributed, or that I can see are contributing a lot in trainings, and see what happens. And that's just what happened. And that's why they are where they are right now. So it's beautiful to see for Ikorodu United.
Okay, seriously, talking about the MPFL is getting better, and a lot of people are coming out. Let's talk on that. Joseph, you look at the clip we played earlier, and you look at the stadium filled to the brim. That's in El Kanemi's home. And you look at what happened in Lafia. A lot of people coming out also to watch games at the Lafia City Stadium. Go to Kano Pillars home in Sani Abacha Stadium, filled to the brim. Go to where Ikorodu City played their game. Go to Remo Stars home. And I think it's going back to those 80s and 90s when lots of Nigerians used to support their home teams, and it's getting back there now. I love the fact that people are coming out to watch MPFL, and hopefully we'll get to that level whereby this league will become another adults of all the national football stars that actually have been applying their trade over there in Europe, coming back home to play. But the good thing right now is that people are coming out to watch MPFL.
Yeah, football is a brand. If you make it beautiful, you package it well, people will buy into it. People will always buy into it. I don't know, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so yeah, people will buy into it if you make it a beautiful, worthy brand. That is what I think the recent, organizers of the league have achieved a lot when it comes to infrastructure and when it comes to officiating, which are two pivotal, aspects of the game that kind of help in selling the league to viewers. So, of course, yes, people would come to watch when they know that the games are going to be competitive, when they know that the stadiums are going to be secure, when they know that the match would be fair, the gameplay would be fair, and the officiating would be fair. People will buy into the league, people will come. It's just that we've been lagging behind when it comes to this aspect of the game all the while. That's why we were not experiencing this kinds of outcome. But now that we have kind of put our nose together and are looking forward and try to do better, of course people would want to come to watch the Premier League. If you look at it, with a common sense, when a football game is being played in a primary school field, you go back and you go there and you see a lot of people circling the field and watching. So why wouldn't they want to watch, better games and professional games that are played in stadiums? Why wouldn't they want to do that? All along, it spoiled. Everything went bad because of officiating and lack of competition and a lot of things.
Okay, well, Joseph Peter doing some drama there. Hopefully we'll get back to join us. And while we're still talking sport on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV, looking at the MPFL, really, that's our flag bearer when it comes to league football. And we just have to appreciate what they are doing. The top flight of Nigerian league football is really getting better. Hopefully to go down to the NNL and also the NLO, Nationwide League One, Nigeria nationally, and also all the other club moments that has to do with football, club football in Nigeria. But right now, let's actually enjoy and savor the moment right now. It's getting so better, and the management of MPFL really deserve a lot of kudos from Nigerians being able to, at least, no matter how it is, it's really getting better. Yes. The pace at which development is coming to MPFL is far, far more gradual compared to what it used to be, and we are so happy. That's what Joseph Peter was actually hammering on before that drama ensued. Well, quickly, Joseph Peter, I'm sure you still have a little to share with us before we go to the next story.
Yeah, I was actually talking about, the organizers. They deserve a whole lot of kudos. When you look at it, it's not like they have even actually, been here for a long time. They just came in, and ever since they came in, things have improved. That tells you that the previous, organizers had the opportunity and the chance to do it. They just didn't want to do it. They just, for one reason or the other that benefits them, decided that, they would rather keep our football bad shape and are organizing in total chaos. But look at this new set of organizers and what they have been able to achieve. I'm very, very happy, and I'm quite sure that they will keep moving forward and the league will keep going forward, because whoever comes in after them needs to continue. It will be so obvious if you come in now and you begin to take backward strides. Everybody will notice, and it won't be so good for whoever is coming into power after this set. I'm looking at the future, and the reason why I do that is because when you work out football, you plan it ahead. This team, these organizers of the league have actually done well. They are doing well, and they will do better, I am sure. And we will get to a particular position or a particular state whereby appreciate our league. But then we'll also be looking at the fact that we need continuity in that development, because we just started. Actually, yes, there's praise going around now, everybody is happy, but this happiness needs to be sustained. Now, moving forward, also we need to be sure about what we are going to do with the people that may be coming in later. But kudos to the current organizers. They are doing quite well.
Okay, good morning there. Talking about the Nigerian Premier Football League alongside Joseph Peter from Kaduna, and really a fantastic performance from the teams that played during the weekend match day 13, where goals actually came on. And we also look at the table, where it's getting more interesting. Now the big boys are down the pecking log there, and you look at like of Nasarawa United, Bende Insurance, Lobi Stars, or wallowing at the bottom. Even Aqua United, they are not finding it easy at all. Well, it's a very tough one now. Marathon race till match day 38. They're still in match day 13 now. Well, they have a lot of matches that they'll be playing, and all the teams have to at least tighten their belt if they are to be among the top or qualify for CAF interclub competition there. For all those teams that actually won their game for the weekend, don't sleep, don't blink, it's a marathon. Well, from there, we move away from the MPFL. Let's at least have a glimpse of what happened at the, all the razzmatazz of the African military games taking place at the stadium. Well, it's a military game and it's a tough moment where all the nations participating have been winning in different sporting moments. About 21 sports they've been competing in, and right now we have a glimpse of them receiving medals and all the happenings there.
You are the highlight of all my videos.
May I humbly request the DJ plays the Nigerian national anthem. DJ please.
Actions from the that's AMGA there, African Military Games. So just the moment where they received medals. Well, the green, white, green is always standing out, and congratulations to Team Nigeria. They've been able to at least top that group when it comes to medals. So far, at least they are doing well in taekwondo, weightlifting, and different other sports in moment where they're competing. And right now, we continue to bring you updates there. But as it is right now, we are still topping that's the medal table ahead of other nations. Algeria trailing Nigeria there. Nigeria have been so far been able to win about 73 medals in total when it comes to this competition, where about 21 nations are gathered in Abuja for this particular competition that has to do with the military across Africa. It's always good using sport to foster peace, and really that is why government, be it local government, state and federal governments across Africa, across the globe, always see sports as a very vital part of the economy or nation, because as it's bringing revenue, it also foster peace. That's why sports as a universal language always speak the language of the people. Well, no tribalism, no religion when it comes to sport, and that is a very strong one there. Well, from there, let's quickly talk about Nigerians that apply their trades abroad for all the games they play over the weekend. A lot of them did so well, and some of them really scored some goals, good goals, coming from Nigerian players. Let's look at Nigerian players abroad. Dele Bashiru was able to at least do well for his team. Lazio, he scored. Lukman Iwobi Onumunu also did well for the women. Arokodare also was unsung there. Well, kudos to all the players that scored. Well, Joseph Peter, I know you are in love with Dele Bashiru, and now he scored. The goal he wanted to score for you in Super Eagles that he didn't score, he has scored it for Lazio. What do you have to say about this?
You understand now why this bang on Dele Bashiru, Dele Bashiru, Dele Bashiru. I mean, the guy is fantastic with the ball. He's a good playmaker. He makes things happen, really. You watch him in Lazio and you would have joy. I see him in Lazio, and that's why whenever he comes to Super Eagles, I just want him to be among, the midfield and be part of our midfield, and contribute. But recently, it hasn't really been good for him. In the last previous game he played, it wasn't so effective for the Super Eagles. But he has gone back to his normal self now with his club. And as you can see, his contribution is immense to the performance Lazio put up in the Serie. So kudos to him. I'm happy for him, and I hope he keep up. And I also hope that he transmit that into the Super Eagles, and score more goals and lots of goals for the Super Eagles.
While we talk about Dele Bashiru, where Ademola Lookman also scored. Not forgetting Alexi Lobi scored 2, even though that goal was not enough to salvage his team, to redeem them. And you look at Onimonu scoring for women football over there in France for Montpellier. Well, all of them. Arokodare, yes, he also scored for his team Genk over there in Belgium. We saw the Ronaldinho style that Apollo actually did against Liverpool. They lost that game, but at least he showed his class a bit. That's in inclusive, including Ronaldo de Lima and Ronaldinho style of football there. Well, a lot of Nigerians that applied their trade in Europe over the weekend actually did well, but standing out is like Ademola Lookman. He actually scored 3, 2 were cancelled, and then the third one had to go in. Well, good one for Ademola Lookman. That player has really been fantastic this season, and you have to give it to him. Not forgetting Victor Osimhen too over there in Turkey. All Nigerian player abroad for this weekend. Fantastic performance from all of them for what they did, right, Joseph?
Very, 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 very nice performance. It's a good performance from all of them. They scored a lot of goals. Almost all the strikers, we know and are conversant with scored, including the ones we always hear about, like the one in Genk. He can't stop scoring and he's also assisting. So it's actually a good thing. Ademola Lookman is becoming a big player in the world of football. Not just that, mediocre player that everybody talks about. He's no more small time, that like everybody perceived him to be after the triumph, with the UEFA Cup and in Europe last season. So he has kind of outgrown that, and he's now better. He's putting in performances week after week after week. That's very, very good. 9 goals in all competition already, in scoring in the Champions League, scoring in Serie A, and their team is joined, top table with Inter Milan. So it's actually working out fine for him. And I heard his agent talking about how big clubs are coming for him. I really, really hope that after this season he gets to leave Atlanta and go to a bigger club and transmit what he has been achieving so far. And let's see if he can take himself to the next level. But so far he has proven to be one of the best strikers in Europe, and it's non-stop for him. And it's good, big congratulations to him.
Okay, good one for all the Nigerian players that applied their trade abroad. Although we're coming to one later, that's when from the Premier League that did the attack. You already know him, but I won't mention his name yet. Okay, let's go to the Premier League now and talk about actions over the weekend. Fantastic performance from Liverpool for being able to win against Southampton. That's the full story we're looking at right now. Premier League, Liverpool beat Southampton to extend lead to 8 points, and just have to give it to Mo Salah for being able to at least being an outstanding player for the team that never walk alone. Well, over the weekend, a good one coming from Liverpool. Joe.
Liverpool are not just going to stop. They just won't stop. I was expecting them to at least drop points in this game, but they made sure that they won the game. And Mohamed Salah will not just stop being the legend that he is for Liverpool. He's cementing his place and climbing up the ladder of the legendary players of Liverpool. And right now he's one of the best, and he keeps on doing it every season. I mean, people were thinking that coming into this season, Mohamed Salah is going to kind of drop performance because he's getting old, he's aging. But no, he keeps on, bringing in what he has always done, best contributions in the game, making sure that Liverpool gets to get the 3 points and scoring goals at critical at times, So he just won't stop. And big congratulations to him, big congratulations to Liverpool. But this is not coming from my heart as an Arsenal fan, because I want them to drop points, but then it is what it is. They are good, they are playing well, the coach is doing well, and everything is working out for them right now. And, short may it live, not long may it live.
Well, seriously, a shocking one happened over the weekend while we're talking about Mo Salah. At least has been able to score 100 goals away. That's fantastic for Mo Salah. But right now, a shocking moment in our next story that actually go with this one we are taking right now. Talking about Manchester City being trashed by Tottenham Hotspur. That's the next story there. Tottenham trashed Manchester City. Well, that's the story that we are looking at. Well, for the Premier League story there, trashing them was an historic victory at the Etihad. This wasn't expected at all. 1, 2, 3, 4 goals. What's happening to them? Before we had this, you saw all the matches they've lost. Talking about Manchester City, 5 in a row now. What's happening to them? And he just signed another deal. He has lost 2-1, 2-1, 4-1, 2-1. Tottenham Hotspur have done it twice now, and they've really shown their class against Manchester City. Well, what an historic one, Joseph Peter.
this one is very, very much out of the blue. Yes, everybody knew that Tottenham are that boogie team for Man City because they tend to somehow get results most times against Man City. But at the Etihad, and with the amount of goals, this amount of goals, and with Man City not scoring any goal, I mean, going to the Etihad, winning is a big deal already. Winning, without conceding is another level entirely, and nobody was expecting it from Tottenham. Even though Man City has been going through crisis of late, yes, but it was at the Etihad, and everybody was thinking, okay, Guardiola have signed a new contract. That should be a motivating factor to the players. That should be a reason why they should turn things around and start, putting wins together. But completely the opposite happened. I mean, I just can't put my finger on it. We may want to think and say, okay, it's the lack of luxury, maybe injuries to the players, and all that. But then the players are available are strong enough to win all the previous 6 matches that they have lost. So definitely something is actually very, very wrong. You don't see Man City losing games without scoring, but in the past 6 games, Man City have scored how many goals? Maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe just 2. It's just so devastating right now for them. I, as an Arsenal fan, want them to drop points like this, but when the whole scenario is happening this way, you begin to wonder what's actually wrong. But then it is what it is. That is why, like I love to say, we love football, because it is completely, utterly unpredictable, and that's just what is happening. Congratulations to Tottenham. After losing, it's only Tottenham that will get to lose against Ipswich the past week and go and beat Man City the following week. I don't understand them. I don't just understand that Postecoglou team, but they have been able to achieve a very, very great feat. This result will remain lasting in their minds. They will be celebrating it for a long time. Going to the Etihad and winning 4-0 is not a small thing, I can tell you that.
Well, while we're talking about that, seriously, it's the moment that Tottenham Hotspur needs to really enjoy right now. For Manchester City, what's happening to them? It's as if something is wrong, like you said. Anyway, but despite the fact that they've lost all these games, it means they've really shown strength. Being able to still stand second on the log, that's a big one for Manchester City. You would agree with me, right?
Yeah, I agree, because if you look at the amount of games they have lost and still to be second on the log, and not very far away from the leaders, Liverpool. That's some amount of it give them some amount of peace, knowing that they can catch up. Yeah, they can actually catch up. But with the current state which they are in right now, you begin to have doubts if they have that ability to pull the strings of wins that we know they have done subsequent years, where they go on 15 games winning streak, 10 games winning streak, 11, 12 games winning streak. They have been able to achieve that, but will they be able to do that forever? I think this is the season where they get to break. I don't believe this season they have the ability and the capacity, that dominance that they used to have, to actually go on a 15-game or 10 games winning streak. I do not believe so, because whatever that is happening now has actually been poking head, in the previous weeks. We just haven't, really paid attention to it, because ever since the league started, Man City have not exactly won game with a clean sheet. Like I don't think they have up to 3 clean sheets since the beginning of the season. They've always been winning somehow while conceding. Somehow Haaland gets for a lot of goals and they concede maybe 2, maybe 1, but they have not been outrightly dominant the way they used to be. So it has actually been coming. We just didn't see it come in this kind of magnitude. So, but this is football, and it happens to every other club. When it comes to football, as far as I'm concerned, it's all about season. And when your season passes, no matter what you do, no matter how good you are, things go wrong for you. So I believe this is what is happening to Man City. They have had their time. This is the time for another team to actually take over now.
Okay, there we're talking about APL, and it's getting more interesting for Manchester City. Well, right now, let's look at the result of games played over the weekend. You look at matches and you'll be wondering what's happening to some teams. Well, Liverpool did well. It was a 5-goal thriller, 3-2 against Southampton at the St. Mary's, where our own Noachu actually turned Ronaldo. If it's down against Manchester United, yes. Let's touch on this. Joe, you look at what it ended 1-1, and the man at the helm of affair there, that's Amorim, say, well, if they continue like this, they're going to suffer. So he's using that, trying to urge his players to believe in themselves. They seems to be giving up easily, according to Amorim. We talk about that. Let me just look at the result. Chelsea did well against Leicester 2-1. Kudos to them for being able to hold their own. Bournemouth against Brighton 2-1, also in favor of a away team. Arsenal 1-2-3 against the Forest. Aston Villa 2-2. Brentford, Everton 0-0. And you have Wolverhampton Wanderers did well against Fulham. Even though that goal was scored by Alexi Wobi, it wasn't enough for them. They lost against Wolverhampton Wanderers. And you look at, I'm now going back to Manchester United, where Amorim took over, and it didn't go well for the fact that a lot of people were expecting him to at least were able to beat Ipswich Town easily, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, I heard that they call them the Amorites right now in town. Manchester United, they are now the Amorites, and so far it hasn't been so good for them. This is his first game. We can't begin to judge him. The man does not actually, have a grasp of what is the magnitude of the task before him, the amount of, the amount of problem that is faced, that the club is actually facing right now when it comes to their team. He hasn't really grasped this thing yet. I believe that with time he would save Manchester United from their current, but it takes time, and the fans would have to understand, the management would have to understand. But I kind of am positive about the coach because of his energy. When you have a coach that has such amount of energy, he can transmit it into the players, and they'll be able to do things that they do not believe they can do. Right now, it doesn't really look good because against Ipswich Town, they should be taking away the 3 points, but they didn't. That does not mean that he will not turn things around. I want to be fair with them to the man. He needs to, he needs time, and then he needs to have his own players, playing for Manchester United, because all the players right now that are playing are, in my own opinion, they are not up to the standards that they should, they need to.
Okay, right now we're talking about the EPL there. Well, average. Hopefully, Joseph Peter, just hang on there. I want to just take the table, then we'll come back. Right, let's look at how the table. We've seen the result. Well, we know that Liverpool are there ahead with extra 8 points, followed by the Citizens that applied their at the Etihad Stadium. Chelsea, good one for the Blues, ahead of Arsenal. And I will ask you that question. You think Arsenal can still win the league? According to you, you said they're going to win the league. They are standing fourth, having the same point with Chelsea and Brighton. Tottenham Hotspur, Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, Newcastle United, and Fulham are the first 10. And you look at the bottom of the table, where teams like Manchester United are there in this second side of it. Brentford with 17 points standing 11th, United standing 12th. Can Amorim save them? Bournemouth, West Ham United, Everton down to Ipswich, Crystal Palace, and Southampton. Well, that team really needs to up their antics right now. Well, coming back to you, Joseph, like I said you still believe that Arsenal will win the league, right?
Before I go into that, I want to challenge the person that this table that you displayed, because on this table that you displayed, Arsenal is fourth. Why? In reality, Arsenal should be third, because head-to-head, Arsenal went to Chelsea and got a draw. So head-to-head, we are actually winning. We should be third on the table, not Chelsea being third on the table and Arsenal being fourth. So whoever made that table, he didn't get it correctly. However, as far whether we win the league, yes, I'm very, very much confident that it has not really slipped out of our fingers yet. The win of last weekend against Nottingham Forest was very, very much important. That kind of set a center stage for us to fight back and get our position back as the table toppers of the Premier League. That is something that I believe we are going to mount a big challenge on in the coming games, and I believe that we are going to go on a 10-game winning streak right now as we have started. Nottingham Forest is the first. We'll continue with in the following week, and we would be very, very tightly close to Liverpool, or maybe even take their position come between now and February. So that's what is my expectation, and I'm quite very, very confident that Arsenal yes can go ahead and win this league, especially considering the disarray that is happening at the Etihad.
Oh, okay, I want us to look at something quickly. You look at that tackle from Wilfred Ndidi. Let's have that graphics. Ndidi versus Cole Palmer. A lot of pundits have been talking about this, but Maresca seems not to be bothered about it. He said he likes Wilfred Ndidi. I just saw that this will not be a chance for Wilfred to move to Chelsea at least. But that tackle, let's look at it. For you, does it stand for a red or just a fair one? Or just football and right?
This tackle, if you look at it first time, you probably would be, angry with the referee, or you disagree with the referee for, even issuing a yellow card. But on a replay, you get to see the gravity of which, of the tackle. And it is actually very, very lucky of him not to have been red carded, because after a VAR review, I expected Ndidi to be sent off the pitch. Why? Because the first leg was a stamp, then the second leg was a kick at the back of the foot of Cole Palmer. For me, in my opinion, he was very, very lucky to have continued this game after this kind of tackle, because for me, it's a straight red card. And for Maresca not to, say anything, is only because, he used to be the coach of Leicester City. If he had nothing to do with Leicester City, I'm sure by now he'd be crying foul and accusing the PGMOL for whatever he wants to actually accuse them for. But right now he was the previous coach of Leicester City, so he's just kind of trying not to to put himself in the place of adversary against his former team.
Okay, well, a big one there coming from Enzo Maresca about Wilfred. He says he likes him a lot, and he wouldn't want to let that particular tackle against Cole Palmer stand. Well, a lot of people are really looking at it that he's a very lucky player. He should have been given a red card for that. Well, that's football. At times it happens, and ref will just not see some things that we could see, and at times we actually go the other way. But right now, he has gone away with that, and that match favored Chelsea. Congrats to them there. Well, quickly before we wrap it up, just a touch on the La Liga result and also the table. Right now, a good one for Barcelona, for Real Madrid being able to win at Leganes, 1-2-3 goals, and for Barcelona 2-2 blowing it. Well, they almost get it done, but it went 2-2. Valencia 4 at the Mestalla Stadium against Real Betis. They actually played that game 4-2. Las Palmas 2, Mallorca 3, and you look at Athletic Club against Sociedad. They beat them by a lone goal there. Going straight down to the way the table is in the La Liga, you look at Barcelona right now, just 4 points. They've closed the gap, and they still have one match to play. Talking about Real Madrid, that could actually, if they are able to win, they'll close it. And right now, Atletico Madrid standing top there, standing third. Villarreal fourth on the law. The big boys have arranged themselves, and the fifth position, Athletic Club down to 10, Real Sociedad, and now from 11 to 20 in the Spanish La Liga, you have teams who are also trying to see how they will do well. They're Celta de Vigo, Sevilla, Rayo Vallecano, Espanyol, Valencia. Despite being able to work hard over the weekend, they are standing 18 on the log so far. But for Real Madrid, they are closing the gap against Barcelona, and that's a fantastic performance from the team that played at the Santiago Bernabeu. Joseph.
If you look at the La Liga critically, and you look at the performance of, or the hype behind the performance of Barcelona, you probably think that they are kind of, maybe 8 points, 7 points, which should be kind of 9 points, ahead of Real Madrid, seeing the struggles that Real Madrid went through recently. But that's not the case. Madrid is actually kind of close to Barcelona. Why? Because the same Barcelona that we are celebrating beat Bayern Munich and then destroyed Real Madrid are also dropping, points against lower teams, and have just dropped one against, 2 points against Celta Vigo, who used to be a thorn in their flesh anyway. So, the mirage, I think it's a mirage that, Barcelona is, far ahead of Real Madrid this season. It's not really so, because if it were so, the table would tell it, but it is not telling it. And you definitely agree with me that Real Madrid are not going through a smooth good time. They are trying their best to keep up, and they're
Okay.
trying their best to to win games, but they've not really been winning games that yet they are somewhere close to Barcelona. So Barcelona really need to stand up and start putting strings of results, putting results and games together for them to actually be dominate the La Liga as everybody believes they are right now.
Okay, Joseph, Peter, we just have to wrap it up. Our time is up. We want to appreciate your time with us from Kaduna there. We talk about a lot of things on the show. Thank you so much, Joseph. Your jersey looking like like you are from Mali or Burkina Faso. Anyway, just to at least put some strings on
Let me
you.
show you.
Okay, I know. Actually, want to put at least some string from you to react. Good one there. Thank you so much, Joseph Peter.
All right, thank you for having me.
Okay, so before we go, congratulations to Max Verstappen, the man of the moment when it comes to Formula One. He has done it, 4 times world champion. He actually got 403 points with 1 race to go, and now he has won it. He actually won 8 races across the 22 races they've done this season. Congrats to Max Verstappen of Red Bull, and right now he's celebrating that he has won it again. What happens next season? Let's see, maybe by the time Lewis actually resume at Ferrari, he build some things around there. Well, that's it on the show 360 Sports on Trust TV. We've run it alongside Joseph Peter from Kaduna and the entire crew who has made this happen. Adeni Ajishafe. Sport is always business and business. Thanks for watching.